Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Divorce Talk with Twyla show. I am your host. I'm Twyla M. Marks. It is a live weekly YouTube show every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's where we talk all things divorce. You will be encouraged, inspired, informed, and empowered. Welcome and enjoy the show. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Divorce Talk with Twyla show. I am Twyla M. Marks. I'm your number one divorce recovery expert. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a life coach, and I help you recover from divorce. Wow, y'all, we took a little break last week, right? So we're back this week, and I'm super duper excited. Thank you all so very much for tuning in on tonight. Those that will watch it live, as well as those that will watch the replay. Listen here, you are in for a dynamic show on tonight. Listen, I remember the very first conversation I had with this guest tonight. Listen here, I was in tears, and his story, I know everybody's not a believer, so I'm going to use different words, terms, and all that good stuff. His story, his testimony, whatever your belief system is powerful. How he has recovered from divorce and what the work that he does now as it relates to his divorce recovery. So tonight's guest is Mr. Derron Rowan. We're going to call him D. He goes by D, y'all. But it's Mr. Derron Rowan. He is an author. He's an entrepreneur. He's a storytelling coach. He is the creator and owner of the Mindset brand, which stands for abundance and growth in the new seasons of our lives. So let's just welcome Mr. Derron Rowan, aka D, to the Divorce Talk with Twyla show. Hello.
Here.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear. I can't hear.
I can hear you. See, the enemy don't want this to go forward. We gonna get it right, y'all. Hang on. You can't hear me?
I don't know what to do.
You can't hear me? Log off. Come get out and come back in, D. Y'all hang on. We gonna get it. Just hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Technical difficulties. That means the enemy don't want.
I can't hear.
That's okay. Hang on.
I gotta come back in. Okay.
Yes, he's gonna come back in, y'all. So just stay tuned. Hang on. It happens. This happens when you have a live show, but it's okay because this is gonna go forward. I promise you, if you have a guy in your life, a man that has gone through divorce, get them in this show right now. You've got to hear this story. He is amazing. So hang on, hang tight. He's gonna come back in. Don't know what's going on. Y'all can y'all hear me? Somebody give me a comment on YouTube if you can hear me. If you can hear me.
Let's see.
All right.
I cannot hear you. Oh, I can't hear at all.
I can hear you. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what's going on.
Is your...
I'm gonna try it one more time. Let me see. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Let me try it again.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, okay. Thank you so very much. He's gonna come back in. I don't know. This has happened a while back before. I'm not sure what's going on, but y'all, that's okay. We gonna get it. No worries. No worries. Drop a comment in the chat. Where are you from? Where are you watching the show from? Are you a subscriber? Let me know that. Are you a subscriber of the Divorce Talk with Twyla show? And you do know that I'm having a major event next year called Picking Up the Pieces Expo. It's here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. You've got to be here in Dallas. It's an in-person event. It is all about divorcing things, people, places from your life. The keynote speaker is Dr. Kareem R. Ellis. He will be in the place on Saturday, April 22nd, 2023. How do you get your tickets? I'm glad you asked. Go out to Eventbrite. Yes, we got it. Go out to eventbrite.com. Just search Divorce Talk with Twyla and buy your ticket. You got to be there. Picking Up the Pieces Expo. All right, D.
Hey.
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
That means somebody's about to get delivered tonight because, honey, this hasn't happened in a long time. It has happened one time before, but glory to God, we got you.
We here,
y'all. Thank you. We got somebody watching from Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Pastor K, that's my friend from Maryland area. Okay, so we good, y'all. All right, so here he is, D. Rowan. He's with me tonight. Thank you so much, D, for being a part of the show, Divorce Talk with Twyla show. I don't take it for granted. So why don't you tell the people a little bit more about who you are before we dive deep into your story?
All right. First, I just want to say thank you for pushing it back an hour. I forgot I had Toastmasters tonight at the same time, and I had to speak there tonight. But first of all, I'm a child of God, and my two greatest victories are my daughters. So I have a 31-year-old and a 24-year-old. I tell one that she saved my life, and I tell the other one that she gave me life because she's so active. So,
okay.
But I'm an author of a book called Mindset, A Mindset of Change. I've done some acting and started doing some public inspiration, motivational speaking. So here I am.
Here you are. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. So, do you know my platform is all about divorce, and you and I both have experienced divorce, and mine was about 15 years ago now. It was tumultuous, but I recall our first conversation that you and I had, and you started to share your story. It literally gave me goosebumps and chills listening to your story. So let's dive into that because that's what this show is about tonight. It's called His Story. So it's your story. How did you take us through however much you want to talk about your divorce and how you recovered? Let's just get right into it to help people, encourage people on tonight.
Well, first of all, the divorce was hard, and it definitely wasn't a one-sided thing. My ex-wife, she had to go through some things as well, and I really felt like, to be honest with you, that looking back at it now, retrospective, I broke the vow, to death do us part, and that's painful to think about at times. But going through the divorce, it was a situation where I found myself, going through some depression. I turned everything inward. I felt like I didn't deserve a lot of good things out of my life because of what had just happened in my life, some decisions that I have made, throughout the marriage. And so when all that ended, I just, although I look fine on the outside, I put up the great facade, I had all the mask, coming home to an empty house was hard.
Wow.
And, and just and we had a really we had just built our dream home.
Wow.
So, she decided to go ahead and just leave while I was going through it. And so, just dealing with that coming home and, when no one's there and knowing that, not only did you break up, the family, but, you also got two kids involved.
Mm,
And, the healing process just wasn't for me, but I also had to heal my relationship with my girls.
mm,
So that was a whole nother, thing that I had to face. But, I had to deal with some depression, the bankruptcy issues.
mm,
Felt like I wasn't, good enough, to live, and had, some suicidal ideations. And
mm.
through it all, God is faithful, and
Yes, he is.
He brought me through.
Right, right. Wow. You just said God is faithful. You felt like you didn't want to live anymore and you didn't think you would make it through. And look at you now. So let's talk about you mentioned the depression. What did that feel like? Mental health is real. A lot of people deal with that. I've been there myself. And a lot of times, our culture, it's sad to say, we don't want to go talk to therapists about mental health,
Hmm.
but it's real. And there's nothing wrong with it, folks. If you need it, go sit on somebody's couch
Right.
and talk about it, right? Yes, we pray as Christians, is that if that's what your belief systems is, but we still need the mental health professionals to help us through that thing. So let's talk about that. How did you feel and how did you come out of that?
But honestly, I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't recognize that. I was one of those men that was like, hey, you don't cry,
Okay,
but I
yes.
was an emotional brother at the same time. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to write poetry. I like to
Yeah.
do those things, to act. And so, um, but I didn't really recognize how it looked, and it didn't really manifest itself until I remember leaving work one night.
Mm.
My manager came to me and he would say, hey, you haven't been right. Your performance, your management performance has been kind of bad. Why don't you just take off the weekend, come back Monday?
Okay.
And he gave me this EAP card, an employee assistance card. I'm like, man, whatever. I ain't want to talk to nobody. I ain't want to talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But before I left work that night,
Mm.
I wrote two letters, and I wrote one letter to one daughter and another letter to my other daughter, and I
Mm.
sealed them in separate envelopes and I put them in my glove box. As I commute back and forth to work, it's an hour drive up, an hour drive back.
Okay.
And I had put it in my mind with the negative thinking that that was my last day at work. You know,
Mm.
I, I had played it out how the car wreck was going to happen, over what embankment I was going to go over.
Oh my God.
I played it all in my head, Tyler,
Mm.
everything. And
Mm.
then I just remember just crying and really, the spirit just got me home, and it got me to my parents' house.
Mm.
And I remember just waking up with my mom knocking on the window. She's like, "What are you doing in my driveway?" Because when I tell you that the spirit really just took over the steering wheel and just guided me home.
Mm.
It's amazing.
My
It was a
God.
miracle in my life. But woke up. What are you doing, son? "Oh, what am
Mm.
I doing here?" And my mom said, "You need to go get help. And so go talk to somebody." So, I
Mm.
called the counselor's number on the EAP card
Yeah.
my boss had just given me. And when I called him up, when I called the secretary up, "Hello, may I help you?" And they gave me the number. I hung up the phone. And then I
Mm.
called back, "Hello, may I help you?" I hung up again. And the
Wow.
third time I did this, they called me back. Everybody's got caller ID nowadays. They called
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
hey, you meaning to call this number? Are you okay? So long story short, I made the appointment. And then sitting inside his office and actually talking through some things,
Mm-hmm.
allowed me to voice and to express and to see that, hey, I was in an area of my life where
Mm.
I was stuck.
Mm,
But blaming myself, for what happened and not seeing that there is a better way to living than how I was living.
mm,
Going out and hanging out and doing things that was just reckless and behavior was
mm-hmm.
was not doing anything but continue to keep the wound open and fresh. I
Right,
wasn't
right,
healing. And so, in working with the counselor and dealing with that situation and take some actionable steps, I was able to become better.
right, right. Woo, you said a mouthful. Oh my goodness. But I really want to talk about, oh goodness, oh gosh. When you mention blaming yourself,
Hmm.
so many people I feel that way. I know I did when I went through my divorce. I blame myself for some things. If I only would have done that better, if I
Yeah.
only would have done this better, my family could have stayed together, even though I was the one that initiated the divorce, but still I did blame myself. And now I'm having to raise my kids as a single mom. They don't have, we had a blended family. So my son is not going to have his dad, in a family environment. He's going to have to go back and forth and all those things. So do you think that a lot of people do blame themselves, D? And do you feel like they get stuck on that blame game for themselves? And
I,
how do they get out of that?
I definitely do.
Mhm.
I know I did, and I would say that I'm not, or we are not in the minority.
Right.
Especially when you know you you're the cause of the situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I was the cause of my situation, just to be completely 100% transparent.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so yeah, I felt like I was to blame. I felt like, but the problem with the blame game is you don't allow yourself to heal
Come on. Come
because you
on.
keep yourself stuck in that moment. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
and God's already done his part. Okay,
Right.
he's forgiving you for what you've done when you confess with your whole heart and you authentic about it,
Right.
but you stay there. And then you miss
Hmm.
out on so many other things because you don't know how to heal because you're still blaming yourself. Man, maybe if I would have answered this phone call, maybe if I would have brought some
Right.
flowers home, or maybe if I'd have been more communicative. Yes, those are all symptoms of what you went through. But now
Right.
you gotta heal, and you gotta take your time to heal and make yourself better so that you don't repeat the process. In the middle of me going through this and blaming myself,
Hmm. Hmm.
I also can say I missed out on other good, like more love, a different
Mm,
kind of love, because I
mm.
felt like I didn't deserve it because of what I just did again. You know what I mean? Because what I
Right.
just went through.
Hmm.
But the healing process, it hurts.
Yes, it does.
It hurts to heal. It hurts to
Mm.
look in yourself and be real with yourself and say, "Hey, man, this character, what I'm looking at right now, is
Hmm.
not who you're called to be." So the blame game for me was really just looking at myself and saying, "Okay,
Hmm.
I messed up.
Yeah.
There's no going back. What can we do to go forward?"
Right.
And and just begin to heal slowly, just begin to heal and take the time
Mm.
and rebuild the relationships that were severed.
Oh, yes. 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 And you mentioned acknowledge that you messed up. The acknowledgement is key.
Hmm.
We can't move forward until we acknowledge, like you just said, D, that we messed up,
Yeah,
right? We're not perfect, but we got to acknowledge it. Don't deny it. If you messed up in your marriage, folks, if you messed up, acknowledge it. Ask for forgiveness if that's your belief, and start the slow. You just said slow. The healing process is a slow process. It
yeah,
doesn't happen overnight,
that's right.
right? It does not happen overnight.
It's
So
it's it's it's
it
two
takes
points.
work and time.
It takes work and time. It's
Yes.
2 points to that. When I was uh my counselor had encouraged me to start journaling. And
Okay.
through that journaling, that's how my book was born. But I
Look at God.
remember writing a certain chapter, and God was like, "No, you're gonna talk about it." And I'm
Mm.
like, No, I'm not going to talk about it. He said, yeah, you're going to talk about it. I remember closing my iPad and I cycled. Remember hopping on my bicycle and riding up this, riding the park. I got to this big hill. Everybody keeps talking about, you get halfway up this hill, you're going to walk your bike, right? So I'm determined. So no, I'm not. So I got up that hill and I'm huffing and puffing. I'm on the bike. I'm standing up. I'm pushing back, hurting, legs tired. But I made it up the hill and I felt accomplished.
Right.
When I come back home, I sit on the couch, stinky. I look at my iPad over and I'm like, I ain't writing that chapter. I'm just done. I'm not being honest no more. I'm done. Turned on
Okay.
my television and the movie 8 Mile is on.
Oh, wow.
And I love that movie. And it's
Okay.
the second rap battle, if anybody ever seen this movie. So the very first rap battle, Eminem got laughed off the stage because he got choked up when it was his turn to rap.
Yeah.
The second rap battle, he's got his confidence, my
Yes.
heel. He's got his courage, my heel from the bicycle. And so now he says, I get to rap first. I get to go against my competition first.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in his crew says to him, are you worried about what they're going to say about you? And Eminem says, what do you mean? Well, they might talk about, you're poor, how we mess with your girl, your mother, your socioeconomic status. Are you worried about that? And M looked, and when Eminem got the mic, he was transparent with
Right.
people in the audience, and they
Yeah.
connected with him, and he
Yeah.
won the rap battle. So when I say that, I get up off the couch
Mm.
and I begin to write my 8 Mile story.
My
This
God.
is what happened in my life.
My
This is
God.
where I'm at, and this is why this happened, and this is why that happened.
Mm.
So it wasn't until I became transparent
Yes.
through those pages
Yes. Come on.
that my freedom was found and my healing really, really started, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Indeed, it makes a lot of sense, D. Yes, yes. You didn't, your healing did not begin until you were 100% real with yourself
That's right.
and the acknowledgement that occurred. And so, oh, wow. Folks, I don't know where you are in your journey. If you are divorced, recently divorced, or you've been divorced for any number of months or years. But if you're still in that healing process and that healing journey, it doesn't really begin, like Dee just said, until you're really honest and transparent with yourself. Write down, journal, do whatever you got to do. But until you are healed 100%, because I do believe you heal completely from divorce. I'm a living witness. you know,
Mhm.
I didn't jump out there and start dating out of loneliness and all of that stuff. And that's what you do. That's some people do that. I'm not judging you, but that's really not a good thing to do
That's
because you
right.
still need to work on you. Because
That's right.
what's going to happen, D, if you concur, you're gonna be on a cycle, a never ending. You're gonna be on a hamster wheel, right? Like I jump into one relationship to the next, and you're bringing this baggage and this baggage because you have not healed from the
Come on.
previous relationship,
So
right? You
here,
got to be happy with yourself, and you got to date yourself first before you can be happy with somebody else.
amen to that. And it's after 8 p.m. somewhere, right? So
Yeah,
we're 13 right now. All right.
yeah.
One of the worst advice that we could ever tell our men is you have to get over somebody
Mm.
by getting under somebody.
Mm.
That is the worst advice you can ever tell somebody who's hurting,
My
male
God.
or female. That's the worst advice you can tell somebody who's trying to be better. Because all you're doing is, like you just said, you're putting them back into the vicious cycle of what might have put you there anyway.
Anyway.
And then not only are you infecting yourself still, you just infected somebody else.
My gosh.
You just gave somebody else all that negative energy.
Yes.
We always talk about, Lord, protect me, protect my peace. But what about the times when you are infecting somebody else's peace?
That's right. That's
Because they're
right.
healing and your motives don't match up to what they're doing.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not just for us. Healing is not just for us. Could live for the person you don't even know yet, that God
Not
might
even.
allow you to cross paths with. Could
That's
live for
right.
the people that watch you from afar.
Mm.
The same people that may have been praying for your downfall. There's enough people that's probably praying for your uprising.
Come on.
But we got to stay out of this cycle.
Preach.
And that cycle
Yes.
is hard to break,
Mm.
right? And even your friends, they love you, but they want the best for you. They
Yes.
don't want to see you hurting, but they don't understand what you're trying to do in your life to
That's
be
right.
better,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
My friends tell me sometimes, says, D, you're picky. No, bro, I'm not picky.
Yeah.
I know the woman I lost, and I'm not
Mhm.
settling for anything else in this season in my life.
That's it. Come
So if my
on.
lot is for me to be single, okay.
That's
But
right.
I've lost too much.
Come on, D.
I made a post today is sometimes the devil don't steal things. Sometimes we give things to the devil.
My God.
We give
Did
him
y'all
our
hear what D
happiness.
just said? My
We
goodness.
give him our lack of joy.
Mm.
We give him our insecurities.
Mm.
As a man speaketh, as a woman speaketh, so is he. So we got to start speaking those things on our lives,
That's
right?
That's
And
right.
taking the time to do what's best for you. Because if you can't do what's best for you, you can't do what's best for nobody else.
Come on.
I'm done.
Amen.
I'm done. I'm letting my
No,
plane.
no, no, no.
I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Listen, you all almost made my hat fall off. You preaching so good.
We're gonna
I gotta
do
fix
this
my
again at
hat.
your conference. We're gonna really get real at your conference.
Yes, yes, indeed. Oh my gosh, y'all! Wow, wow, wow. Well, D, a lot of people I'm sure that are watching this live and watch the replay have been blessed. They've been encouraged and inspired. And your story is so powerful, and it's a mighty move of God to let people know that God is still in the healing business, and He completely healed you mentally, emotionally, and probably even physically, because you do know when you go through a divorce, your physical health does fail a little bit because you stop eating, you stop doing a lot of things to your physical body or doing things to your physical body.
Yes.
I mean, some people may self-medicate, maybe they turn to drugs, alcohol. I'm not saying that's what you did, but I'm just saying physically it can affect your body when you go through a divorce. But God completely healed you in every area, spiritually, every area of your life. And now, fast forward, you're doing the work that you're doing and you're a mindset coach. So tell the people what your book is about, what all this mindset is all about.
How much time do we have?
Oh, go ahead. You guys, you have some time.
Let me do my favorite DJ in Louisville, Kentucky, DJ Chaos. He does a live almost every day, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna do my DJ Chaos impression. You talked about physical health.
Okay, yes.
Being part of your mental health. They're tied.
Yes.
Right? Mind, body, soul.
Yes.
The most hurtful words that I heard going through my divorce was, "You are a quitter."
Wow.
You are a quitter.
Wow.
And she was right. That's the hard part. Because I have had so many things in my life that when, I felt like God was talking to me or showing me something, or taking me somewhere, and things got hard, I quit. That. The marriage got hard, I quit. Those are the most hurtful things that I've heard say to me. Right? So when I began to do my physical transformation, I hired a trainer. And every time I got to 7, I didn't understand this. Every time I would do, you lift weights, you go to 10, you go to 12. Certain trainers are something different, right? So you get to 7. One day she said to me, she said, "Why do you always quit at 7?" I said, "What?" She said, "Every time we get to 7, you want to lay the weight down. What is it with you in this 7? Said, we got to learn how to push through the 7.
My.
Right? When I began to change how I seen myself, it
Mm.
really did start with the physical. It
Yes.
really did, because the physical, unbeknownst to me, was me
Mm.
pushing through the 7,
Wow.
pushing through until my whole rep was complete,
Mm-hmm.
pushing through until I failed. So you hold on, he just said failed. Yeah,
Mm.
because in the gym, failure
Come on.
is accepted.
Mm.
Because in the gym, you lift weights until you fail, because that's how you get stronger.
Mm.
That's how
Oh,
you get better.
come on.
That's how you learn to push through to the next set of weights.
Mm.
In
Mm.
life, after the marriage, during the healing process,
Mm.
you have to push through. Maybe you failed at that, but it's a new weight through your healing process that now you can carry.
Oh my
For
God.
every step that you go through in your healing process,
My.
you're just lifting heavier weight. But at the same time, you're transforming your mind, your
Mm.
spirit, and your body so that
Yes.
you don't quit there anymore. You don't stop there anymore. You're pushing through
Mm.
until failure.
My. Woo. Okay, I can't drop my mic. This is a mic drop, but I'm gonna drop the pin. Pin drop. My. See, that was powerful. Wow, wow, wow. We've got several commenting in the chat here. This is good. Preach, speak. Wow, wow, wow. Someone say you can't truly love someone until you love yourself.
Come
That's
on
on
now.
point.
Come on
That's
now.
that's on point. Oh wow. Well, D, some people may want to connect with you. How we got your website scrolling at the bottom here, but what is your Instagram and Facebook hashtags where people can reach out to you if they need your services or even want to purchase your book?
Well, you can get all of that off of the website that's scrolling down there,
Okay.
DerronRowan.com.
Okay.
That's a link to my Instagram, my Facebook. My Facebook is the same name. It's my
Okay.
government. It's my government name. And then Instagram is Dee Rowan. So,
Awesome.
connect with me, follow with me. I'm just,
Yeah.
I just want to just do his will. I'm just trying to
Yes.
kind of walk in his purpose. And sometimes that hurts. Sometimes it's uncomfortable.
Yes.
I made a post about this show today. Sometimes it's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but you
Yes.
do it because you never know who you may impact.
That's right.
I love to open up my inbox some days and it's a message like, hey, thank you for what you said.
Yes.
Thank you for what you did.
Yeah.
I remember going out to eat one day and I had
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, my youngest, and
Mm-hmm.
her friend, and was at a hibachi grill. So it's got
Yeah.
like a half U shape. And there was
Mm-hmm.
a guy sitting on the other end of the grill. It was a double date. So
Mm-hmm.
he kept looking at me on the other side. And I'm thinking to myself, like, do I know this dude? Because I'm really bad with names. I will fake like I know you and don't know who you are. And you know, but he kept looking at me, and so it was awkward. And even my daughter sent me a text. She says, "Hey, do you know that dude?" I'm like, "You noticed that?" I'm like, "No, I don't." But when he got his to-go box, he came and I'm braced. I don't know what's going to go on, right? I'm just, oh boy. He stands beside me by my shoulder and he says, "I just want to thank you." And I looked at him, I said, "Okay." And he was like, "I see what you post and I see what you do." He said, "I don't engage with it because I don't want people to understand that I'm understanding what you're saying. And I don't want to be, like, oh, he's going through something." He said, "But I want to
Mm.
thank you for being transparent." And he touched me on my shoulder and he walked away. And I think that's why we do it. This is why you do it,
That's
right?
right.
This is
Yeah.
why you do this is your purpose. This is your calling.
That's right. Come
And
on.
people really don't understand that your purpose can be birthed out of your pain,
That's it. The majority of the
right?
time it is.
And then
Birth
you
out of
learn
pain.
how to You learn how to transition it to help some people out. Now you're being an impact and an influence to other people.
That's right.
Right?
That's
If
right.
I would have heard your 2 shows about how to keep the home, my wife and I, no matter we divorced or not, we would have kept that home and did something better. But we
Wow.
was caught up in our real moment. We were caught up in our feelings,
Yeah.
caught up in our emotions, caught up in our egos.
Yeah.
And that house then went away. Now I'm daggone near paying more money in rent than I paid for that house mortgage. It was a 5,000 square foot house. Okay.
I'm sure. Yes.
So when
Because
I
these
heard
rent
those
prices
stories,
is
like,
crazy.
man,
Do
you
you
know
hear
what I mean?
me? I
Huh?
don't know what they are in Kentucky, but here in Texas, Dallas, they are insane. Even for an
Crazy.
apartment. Yes.
So I applaud you for what you're doing, you know, and I pray
Thank
that
you.
people connect with you and realize the value that you are adding.
Oh,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Y'all, listen, we got through them technical difficulties. The enemy didn't want this to go forth. That's okay. We
Devil's a
got
lie.
it. We got it. Man, amazing, powerful testimony, D. Thank you again for being here. And y'all, it's scrolling at the bottom. But if you have not purchased your tickets for picking up the Pieces Expo, April 22nd, 2023, right here in Dallas, Texas, in person, live in action, no virtual stuff going on, in person, because D is going to be one of the speakers. You got to have your face in the building that day. So just go out to Eventbrite, purchase your VIP ticket. You want a VIP ticket. You don't want just general admission,
Right.
because the VIP going to get you some purple carpet treatment, not red. I said purple, y'all. So D, I can't wait. It's going to be oh my gosh, going to be an amazing time there.
It is.
So thank you again. And folks, share this video, share it. If you watched live, share it. Folks need to hear this. This was a powerful, powerful testimony and story of recovering after divorce. And even to the point where he talked about how he contemplated suicide and knocked on his mom's door. My gosh, your story is amazing. And God has so much more, bigger and greater for you, D. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I hope and pray that you were inspired, informed, empowered, and encouraged. And remember to subscribe to the channel, because you want to watch all the shows live in action on the Divorce Talk with Twyla show. And this whole season, I'm not sure if you know or not, but I recently lost my grandmother a couple of months ago, actually September 2nd. And this whole season is dedicated to Miss Addie Mae Marks. She was the love of my life. She was like my mom. Well, she raised me. And so I will wear one of her hats on every show. That's where I get my love for my hats. This was one of her cute little straw hats. Listen, and it's cute. All right, y'all. So until next time, this is Twyla M. Marks, your #1 divorce recovery expert. I am out.